Hey, I'm here to make a unsupervised classification data set of crop fields in Nevada. And so let's see if I have my screen shared. Okay, so should have it shared. Okay, cool. So this data set is in Nevada. You can see the crop field, crop circles right here. This is false color composite. Red is going to be the near infrared. So a lot of those crops are going to be popped out. Um, so that's going to help me to classify that label. That's why I'm doing that. Let's see what's going on. Cool. So basically, yeah, we just take the data set, and what I'm going to do is run Isodata cluster. I can find it. Okay, so this should be it. So yeah, once we found it, I think that's in, let's see, spatial analyst tools. Yeah, if you go to the toolboxes, go to spatial analyst tools, go to multivariant, it's gonna be under this. And I'm not sure. This could be the same too. Hmm. These tools may be the same. It's looking like it. Wonder why. But yeah, just remember, just press that question mark if you're unclear about stuff. But basically what it does is just requires a data set that we put in there. It's gonna run through all the bands. You can determine, you can choose the number of classes. We're gonna do 25 for this. And then we're gonna put the new data set in a new folder. So it'll default to your default geodatabase, but I want this as maybe like a TIFF file. So I'm gonna find lab 7 data, and then I'm gonna call it something new. Data set 1. So super 25 for the class. Okay, cool. So that looks good. I'm actually gonna run this in memory to see what it does first. So what we do if we just want to save it into memory and not into anything else and just kind of test it real quick, we're just going to type memory, then make sure that backslash is there, and then the name of the data set. So it'll output just above data set 1. We're going to keep it the same. We're going to keep these default. We actually get a signature file too. So I'm kind of curious what will pop up, so I'll save that too. Let's see, so I would say name. Oops. Alright, we're gonna run it. Should be pretty fast. Okay, it's like 25 classes. Cool. Good crop circles. Kind of purple. Okay, think we're happy with that. So I'm gonna make this official. Remove it. It's out of memory now, and then we're going to save this to a new folder. Save my stuff in here. And we're also going to put an extension. I'm going to save it as a tiff.ti. Okay. And then this should override it, I think. Yeah, it already exists. Okay, so let's see what happens. Okay. Also notice in Arc Pro, that's kind of better to save all your rasters in a geodatabase when you're processing everything. So it might be a good idea to do that before you start like a big project and stuff like that. So it might be better to not save them as TIFF sometimes. So just be aware of that. So yeah, 25 classes, looks good. Hey, green. So it's always random, but we're gonna do our reclassify. So we're gonna force these into two groups. And to do that, we're gonna use reclassify. All right, not 3D analyst, spatial analyst. Spatial analyst, you can find it in spatial analyst tools, reclass, and then reclassify. Okay, so our input raster is this. It's going to show our 25 classes. And then what I first want to do is want to determine the vegetation. So kind of to do that, our cursor is going to kind of tell us which ones are which. So once we click it, we get this box pulled up. And it's going to tell us that that value is 2. So that's what we want for our vegetation. So I want to keep that green. Let's see what this is. 19 kind of looks pretty good. How's it to the image? Okay. Yeah, it's kind of safe to say that was also it. So we're going to stick with 20 as green. And then what I'm going to do over here, once we click it over here, it'll boot up symbology for it. But we can change the color to a consistent green. Also going to change number 2 to a consistent green. Is that one? Okay. So it looks good. The crop circles, there are some other vegetation. I'm going to compare it to the other map. It's like, oh, they're already set it as cool. These are looking pretty good. Pretty vegetation. Hmm. See, those are looking pretty good. Um, those are good too. I think I'm gonna go with this purple. There is a bit of that though. It's number 1. Let's see what happens. Let me change number 1. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I kind of like that. It is a good bit though. Okay. Good. 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 Cool. All right. So good on our vegetation classes. I'm gonna rename these actually. Veg one. Two. Cool. All right. So we're gonna go to reclassify. So I just drag that in there just to make sure everything's refreshed. Okay. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna change the values to either 1 for vegetation or 2 for non-vegetation. Number 1, number 2, set as 1 for vegetation. And then once we get to number 20, we set everything 2. Once we get to number 20. Set that as 1, and then the rest 2. All right, we're gonna rename this something class. This 1, new class, 2 classes. TIFF, I think. Don't forget the extension. Okay. Let's see what happens. Okay. You guys are looking good. Yep. All right. So that looks good. The 1s and 2s. All right. And then change the color. Name to what? Perfect. Okay. That's all we needed to do. You guys have any questions? Shoot some comments in the YouTube video, and then we should get to them. Yep. All right. Thanks for watching. And the song.